in our chairs for our practice today, grabbing whatever you need for the practice today, whatever props you need, whatever is necessary for you, grabbing your blocks, strap, pillows, eye pillow for our final relaxation when we get to that. But let's see. Okay, so finding ourselves seated in that chair, in the front center of our chair, trying not to use the back of the chair, trying to let our core be involved in the process, in the warm-up process. However, if you have an injury, if you are dealing with an illness, if you got anything like that and you need support, that's the beauty of the chair practice, is having that support there the whole time. So you can do that. All right, so sitting ourselves up nice and tall, planting our feet, and get the camera to get planting our feet into the floor, rooting our feet into the floor, grounding ourselves, grounding our glutes into the chair, sitting ourselves up nice and tall. Let's begin with that nice big shoulder roll. So let's go ahead and roll that out, rolling the shoulder. Good, go ahead and keep rolling that. And go ahead and roll that forward. Good, and roll that back. And you can use those arms as much as you want and roll that forward. And let's do a few sun breaths here. So maybe shake out those arms first, and let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. Good, roll the shoulders back. And roll the shoulders forward. All right, let's get that neck going. So let's go ahead and drop our chin to our chest. Maybe getting those arms by our side, chin to chest. Maybe arms are heavy by your side, or maybe the hands are resting on thighs. Again, whatever feels supportive for you and helps you get the best stretch in the back of your neck. Let's lift our head to center and take our eyes to the ceiling. Still sitting ourselves up nice and tall. Our spine is stacked, lifting that up. Drop our chin back to chest. And then eyes to sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. And then head to neutral. Good, back to neutral. Let's look to the right. Looking over to the right, imagining that we can get that chin over to that shoulder, but not bringing our shoulder to our chin. So we really want to keep that chest open, our shoulder blades down and back. Ooh, that's a good stretch for that neck. Bring that head back to neutral, and then let's look over to the left. So looking left, shoulders down and back, chest is open. Good stretch for the other side. Very nice. Bring ourselves back to center, head back to center. Now let's drop that right ear towards that right shoulder. Release our left arm by our side. Take our right hand, place that right above that left ear. So just a gentle pressure. If you feel like the pressure of your hand being there is too much on your neck, then feel free to not, you don't have to use that. If it's too much, if it's like painful or it feels like it's too much, then you don't have to put your hand there. But it can be helpful just to get that little extra stretch in the side of the neck. Let's go ahead and release that, bring that head center, and then let's go ahead and drop that left ear to the left shoulder, release that right arm, and then same thing. If it's available to you to do, go ahead and place that left hand right above that right ear. If it's too much pressure, then no worries, you don't have to do that. I feel it definitely on this side, in the back of the neck and in the traps, so that upper shoulder muscle, ooh, right there. Be a good, nice trap exercise or release. Good, let's release that and bring that head to center. Roll our shoulders back and roll that forward. Deep sun breath. Inhale and sweep this up and exhale it out. Drop our chin to chest. Take our right ear to right shoulder. Chin goes back to chest and left ear to left shoulder. And let's take this from side to side. Good, so some nice neck half circles here. So now we're getting a deeper neck stretch, deeper stretch in those traps, those big muscles up in the neck and shoulders. Good, still sitting ourselves up tall. It can be easy to start to slouch here or round that back. Try and keep yourself tall. Good, drop that chin back to chest. Lift that head center. Sun breath again. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our right hand to the right side of the chair or the seat and reach this over. So just a little bit of a bend, a side bend. And I just did it, and you might want to do it too. You might want to think about twisting a little bit open towards the ceiling. Oh, that's so good. Just that little twist open can feel really good on that low back. And then let's inhale and sweep this up and take it to the other side. So dropping our left hand down, reach this over, just that nice little side bend. And you can add in that little rotation if that feels good for you. That is good right there. Just that tiniest bit of rotating that chest open, rotating that rib cage. Wow, that's good. And then let's inhale and sweep the center. Clasp our hands to the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. You can exhale as we've got our arms lifted, as we've got those hands lifted. Sitting ourselves up tall, make some space here in that rib cage. Let's make some space in those lungs. For some sigh, breathing. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale, sigh it out. Good. Inhale it deeply and exhale, big sigh out. And inhale it deeply and exhale, big sigh out. Good. Bring those arms out in front of us. Stop hands, rotate wrists. And rotate the other way. Good, point our fingers down, point those fingers up, point those fingers down, point those fingers up, point those fingers down, and point those fingers up. Let's take our arms out into a nice V. We see our arms in our peripheral vision. Palms up, make some fists, roll our knuckles in, exaggerated bicep curl, seated cat and cow. Let's open this up, arching that back. And then let's go ahead and round this, round that back, elbows together. So let's inhale and open, and exhale and round. Inhale and open, exhale and round. Inhale and open, exhale and round. One more time, inhale and open, and exhale and round. Good, bring that spine nice and neutral, back up straight, open this up, palms down, roll our shoulders back, big sun breath up, sweep this up again, reach up through our fingers at the top, and you can exhale it here. We've got those arms lengthened up. Let's walk our legs over to the right. So walking our legs to the right, let's take our hands to the top of the back of the seat of the chair. And my favorite, use the back of the seat of that chair as leverage here to get that deep spinal twist, that wonderful deep spinal twist. Twisting here as deeply as feels good to you. You don't want to go to pain, but maybe you're going to comfortably uncomfortable today. Maybe you're like, I could go a little more. Oh yeah. Oh. And breathe it. Big, deep inhale. Inhale it here. And exhale it here. Woo, that is good. Reach those arms back up. So reaching that back up for the sky. Walk our feet over to the center, and then let's walk our feet over to the left. Let's do that spinal twist on this other side. So taking those hands to the top of the back of the seat of the chair. Woo, and using that back of the seat of the chair for your spinal twist, twisting as deep into this twist as feels good for you. And maybe you're able to twist the same on both sides, or maybe one side is tighter than the other, or one side looser than the other. Just listening to your body, going with where your body is going to let you go today. Every day is different. Every day is different. But, oh. nice twist. Let's lift. Oh, actually, let's breathe it. Totally forgot. Inhale it here. And exhale it out. Good. Now we can reach those arms back up center. Let's walk the feet back to the center, lengthening up through this. Our arms are lifted. Let's go ahead and release our arms back behind us. So you can either hold onto the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or clasp your hands behind you. Or if you even need more support or more flexibility, then feel free to use your strap here. So use whatever works the best for your shoulders and your chest, your arm joints here. Oh, opening that up. So opening up through that chest, opening up through the shoulders, a little bit of bicep and tricep here. Let's look to the left. And then back to the center. Look to the right. And then back to center. Drop our chin to chest. And then lift that up. Good. Release those arms. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. Good. Inhale and lift this up. And let's take those arms behind us once more, once again. So either holding onto the back of the chair, seat of the chair, or clasping those hands, or your strap. Open that up. Very nice. Try and sit yourself up tall as you're opening that up. And let's look to the right. Lots of good neck rotation today. Look to the left. Bring our head back to neutral, drop our chin to chest. And then lift our eyes to sky. And head back to center. Very nice. Release that. Shake those arms out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Good. Let's go into our seated sun salutations. So placing your blocks where you want them for those sun salutations for support. We're still sitting at the center of our chair, maybe even a little bit further forward. And if you need a blanket or a pillow between your belly and thighs, then feel free to use that. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Oh, nice. Enjoy that seated forward fold. This also is getting us a little bit of an inversion, and depending on how low you get your head. Maybe your head is looking at your shins, or your eyes are looking right at your knees. So that means your head is a little bit lower than your heart. Super good for circulation right here. If your thighs are very tight or your hip flexors are very tight, maybe you've got that pillow here, or maybe you're not as low, and that's okay. Got my hands on blocks. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen right here. So lengthening through the arms and lengthening through that spine. Our tailbone is pointed down towards the seat of the chair. Our crown of the head is lifting towards the ceiling. Good, and then let's go ahead and release that into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Hold this lengthened arms, lengthened spine. Press our right hand into our block and let's spinal twist over. Oh, as soon as I started to twist over, I knew this was going to be good. This is good today. Woo. Maybe your arm isn't getting very high, but even if your arm doesn't get very high, you are still getting that really good torso twist, that really good spinal stretch. Because your shoulder may not have that mobility, and that's okay. Might be something that you're working on, or there might be an impingement there, or you might have an injury that doesn't allow you to lift that shoulder. That's okay. As long as that torso is being able to twist open, you're getting that really good spinal movement. Let's release this back into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this one here. You can exhale while we're holding. Our left hand is now going to hold onto that left block, and our right arm lifting up and twisting open. Nice spinal twist here. Woo. Wow. And maybe you've got one side that's a little stiffer than the other or tighter, or maybe it doesn't even open as much as the other side. That's okay. That's why we do this. We do this so that we can get balance on both sides of the body, so that we can add that mobility to the side that's not mobile. And then release that. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Let's press that right hand back into block. Lift our left arm up. Open that up. Yeah, this side's always so much easier for me. So I know that it's important to work on the other side just so that I can prevent injury of having one side too tight or tighter over the other, or stronger or more flexible. Yes, flexibility is good, but when you're too flexible on one side than the other side, then that can cause an issue too. So we're just working on that balance. And then let's release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep that up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's go ahead and hold this here. Press our left hand into block and twist that right arm up. And maybe you feel a little looser the second time around, or maybe not. Again, every day is different. Sometimes every hour is different. Some days every minute is different. So just going with it, listening to your body. Good. And then release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep that up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Let's hold this here with our hands to heart. Let's sit ourselves up nice and tall. And we're going to do another seated spinal twist. So let's inhale it here. As we exhale, let's go ahead and hinge this forward and twist it to the left. Right elbow is going to that left thigh. That's the goal. If you can't get your elbow to your thigh, that's okay. But our goal is to try and get that elbow or that tricep to that thigh so that we get a good twist here. And maybe you're able to look up towards the ceiling. If you're able to do that, that allows yourself a little bit of an inversion. Head is going a little bit lower than the heart here. Good, let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good. Sit ourselves up tall again. Lengthen up through that spine. Inhale deeply. And exhale, let's hinge and twist. So taking it to the other side. And maybe, again, maybe one side is definitely tighter than the other today, or maybe not. But trying to get our left elbow, left tricep to that right thigh. It's interesting on some of these tighter movements, if you have some tighter sides, or when we do some of these tighter poses where we're holding, it can activate other things going on in your body. You're like, whoa, that just brought back a memory, or whoa, my senses just like went into overload, or whoa, I can smell differently now. Or so things happen when we do these poses. So if you're ever like something odd is happening, it's the movement, the body stores so many things. Our bodies are amazing. They are amazing. And just doing little different things can cause different things. We're like, why did that happen? Let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, release. Inhale and sweep this up. And then release that down. Good. Let's bring ourselves, or let's work on our legs now. Yay, for those legs. But actually what we're gonna do first, we're gonna do extension and curl first. We're going to do 6 of them, and then we're gonna do our staff pose, and then we're gonna do 6 more extensions and curls. So just to warm everything up. Now, you've got both of your legs out, or if you are just doing single leg, then you're working on your right leg. Let's go ahead, sit ourselves up tall. Hands can be holding to the thighs, wherever it feels supportive for you. And let's go in for 6 curls and extension. There's 6, curl it in and extend. There's 5, curl this in and extend. There's 4, curl this in and extend. There's 3, curl this in and extend. There's 2, curl this in, and we're gonna hold this extension. Now doing the staff pose between our extensions, this is more challenging because we've just had movement where I was like, yes, I got to move, but now we have to hold still. Let's do 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time. My legs are burning. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Core is burning as well. All right, you can release your arms down. We've got 6 extensions, so curl it in for 6 and extend. Curl it in for 5 and extend. Curl it in for 4 and extend. Curl this in for 3 and extend. Curl it in for 2 and extend. And curl it in for 1. Let's hold our extension. Go ahead and point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. Very nice. Release our left leg, and we can go ahead and bring our right leg in. So let's bring that right leg in. You get to scoot back. Ooh, now we get to use the back of that chair. Oh, so you get to scoot back. You get to pull that right leg in and give that a nice big hug. It's our little jackknife. We do this when we're laying down. We even have done this when we're standing up, holding that leg in. This could be a half staff pose. And it's a half staff pose when we're laying down, or jackknife. Let's wrap our left arm around that right leg and let's go ahead and twist it to the right. Ooh, get that really good twist there. And breathe it. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Let's wrap that other side and twist. So right arm is wrapped around that right leg, twisting to the left. And sometimes my brain forgets. I'm like, what's next? Oh yeah, I remember now what's next. Piriformis, figure 4, hip flexor. Oh. So bringing that ankle or that foot to that thigh, sitting ourselves up tall. Go ahead and find your hinge wherever your flexibility is going to let you go today. So finding our hinge, because we'll add in that movement and that breathing. And maybe your breath will help you get a little further than this first initial hinge. Or maybe not, just depends. Depends on what's going on with your body. Depends on what you did yesterday, depends on, or even what you did earlier this morning or earlier in this day. Good, let's sit ourselves up against the back of the chair. Let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Good. Hold this hinge. Chest is leading, keeping our shoulders down and back. Trying not to round this. Ooh, trying to keep this stretch as much into that hip and thigh, hip flexor as possible. Good. Let's go ahead and release that. Very nice. Let's take this into half shoelace. So go ahead and take that right heel to the left corner of the chair. IT band time. Let's go ahead and wrap our left arm back around that right arm. And now we get a different stretch, more of a glute stretch, IT band stretch, outer hip stretch. Oh, this side. Twisting that and breathing into that. And then let's go ahead and twist the other side. Twisting that to the left. Good. And bring that back to center. Give that a big hug. Very nice. And let's release that. Shake that out. Good. Let's scoot ourselves forward. We've got that 6 curl and extension, 3 staff breaths, and then 6 curl and extension. Let's take this up again. Flexing through those feet. Sitting ourselves up nice and tall. Arms are where they are supportive. Let's go for 6 here. Curl this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. Here's 3 and extend. Here's 2 and extend. And last one, let's hold this extension. Hold that, keep those feet flexed. Reach up through our arms. That's challenging right there. 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Whew. That's hard. All right, release that. 6 curls and extensions. Bring this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. Here's 3 and extend. It's 2 and extend. And last one, we're going to hold our extension. Hold this. Point those toes, flex those feet. 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 Point those toes and flex those feet. Good. Release our right leg and we can scoot it back. Bring our left leg in. Oh, I love that. I love when we get to hug the leg and release that. Let's go ahead and wrap our right arm around that left leg. Twist it to the left. That feels really good too. And breathe it here. Good. And then let's go ahead and twist it the other way. Twist it to the right. Very nice. Cool. And bring that back to center. And it's piriformis time on this side. So that ankle or that foot goes to that thigh. Sit ourselves up tall. Find your hinge. So find where your body's going to let you hinge today. Maybe it's the same as the other side. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's the same tightness. Maybe there's more tightness. Maybe there's less. But making sure that you are keeping it here and it's not going into your shoulders, because as soon as you start to round that back, you lose that nice hip stretch. So let's keep those shoulders back, hinging forward, opening up that chest. And we're going to add in that breath with that movement. So let's sit it up tall against the back of the seat of the chair. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale that up tall. And exhale and hinge. Good. Holding this right here. Maybe we've got another breath or two while you're holding this. Just enjoy that stretch in that hip flexor, and that glute. Very nice. And let's release that. Let's go into that half shoelace. So left heel is going to go to the right corner of the chair. Wrap our right arm around. Up right here. And IT band stretch, glute stretch. Right here on this side. Oh, just twist that and breathe. And then let's twist the other way. That feels really good. And bring that back to center. Give that a nice big hug. Very good. And let's release that. Good. Shake that out. Let's scoot ourselves over to the right side of the chair. Woo, we're going to go right today. All right. So scooting ourselves over to the right side of the chair. Let's go into crescent, supported crescent. And I don't think I need to move my chair. Oh, there we go. All right. So we've got our right leg behind us, our left leg's in front. So we're over to the right side of the chair, but our left leg is the one that's being supported. Our right leg is behind us, nice and long. Heel is lifted. Let's find that supported crescent right here. Reach up through those arms. Ooh, that feels really good. And because we are supported this way with this chair, with the chair like this, this automatically kind of gives you a back bend. So you get to just automatically be working on the back bend right here. Let's take that left hand to the left side of the chair and let's reach this over. Lengthen through this. Remember to breathe deeply here. Inhaling and exhaling. And if you're finding that you've got some neck stiffness today, you can always be moving your neck. You can always be looking down towards one hand or up towards the sky or chin to chest. Those are all safe movements if you've got some neck mobility issues. Let's go ahead and take those hands to the waist and get a twist right here. And maybe you're able to look back behind you at your calf or your heel. Or maybe you're looking straight ahead of you or straight to the side. But just getting this wonderful, this is like a torso twist, more than a spinal twist. This is a torso twist right here. And then let's bring this back to center. Now let's give that left leg the whole seat of the chair. And we can take our right leg off to the side. So now we get more of a lateral stretch right here for the side of the body. And let's reach up through the center here. So a nice modified gait pose. Let's take that left hand down to the left side of the chair again, and let's reach this over. And now it's more of a side stretch. Walk through that side. I'm feeling it on the other side too. So recognizing where you might be feeling this at today. Let's windmill our arm down to our thigh, but not onto that knee joint, just that the hamstring or the thigh, and let's reach over. Such a good stretch right here. Such a good stretch for the inner thighs too. Inner thigh as well. And then we get to turn it into that pigeon. So even more support for that front leg, lengthening through our back leg. Heel is lifted. Even more of a stretch for that hip on that left side, reaching up through this. And again, because the way the body is held here by the chair and supported here, you get kind of an automatic little back bend. And then let's add in that forward fold. So you're either on those hands, you're on those elbows, or you are folding forward. Wherever your flexibility is letting you go, remember to keep that back leg nice and awake and active. So keep the toes pressed into the floor, keep that foot flexed, heel lifted, and leg awake. Got this nice forward fold here and breathe. Good, let's lift this back up, reach back up through this. And then release that. Very good. Let's go into our warriors. I was like, what's the name? Warriors. Warrior 2 legs. So we're getting our warrior 2 legs here. We've got that front knee nice and bent. We've got that back leg straight, strong, supported by the seat of the chair. Strong torso, strong legs, strong arms, strong abs, strong chest, strong neck, nice and lifted. Face is relaxed. So warrior 2, breathe it here, inhale it. And exhale. Let's go into reverse warrior. Drop that back arm, take our palm up. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Reach up through that. And maybe that back arm is going down even further, or maybe not. Maybe your back's like, nope, can't go anymore. And that's okay. So just listening to that body. From this reverse warrior, we take ourselves into our side angle, but remember, we don't put a lot of weight here. Our legs are doing a lot of work. We don't put all of our weight onto that. We're not leaning. We've got just a little bit of weight, other arm over. And that might cause this hip to cramp. That's okay. If you need to come out of it and then go back into it, go for it and breathe. Just making sure that we keep those legs nice and strong. Good, let's bring this back up. Nice, proud warrior. Good, and release that. Very nice. All right, scooting ourselves over to the left. Let's go into crescent, supported crescent on this side. So we've got ourselves moved over to the left. Let's take our left leg. Yes. Oh, that feels good. Take that behind you, keep that heel lifted. Front leg nice and bent. Reach up through this. Ooh, man, that feels good on that hip right there. Reaching up through that. Let's take that right hand, drop that down, reach this over. And then let's go ahead and take this, give them a nice big twist here. Back heel stays lifted. Maybe you're looking to the side. Maybe you're looking to the back. Maybe you're looking back towards your heel. I find on this side, I can look at my heel much easier than the other. So just some neck mobility. Awareness, neck mobility awareness. That's good to have. Very nice. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Let's take that right leg, give that right leg the seat of the chair, take our left leg off to the side and find ourselves in our gate pose. So lifting up through this, lengthening up through that. Nice gate pose here, reaching up through that. Good, let's drop, hand down, reach this over and lengthen and breathe. Good. And let's go ahead, windmill this and reach that over. Oh, that is a good stretch too. Breathe that here. And then release that. Let's turn this into that supported pigeon. Back heel stays lifted, leg is nice and lengthened. Front leg is supported, so you get that really good hip stretch here. Let's reach up through this. So reaching up this way, reaching up through the center. Good. And then let's add in that forward fold. So folding it either on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way forward. I like to use support here. You don't have to. You can have your hands all the way on the floor. Whatever works the best for you, whatever feels best for you. Breathe into this. Lengthen up through this, reach up through those arms, lengthen up through that. And then release. Let's take our leg off to the side. And so we've got our warriors on this side. So our nice warrior 2 legs, strong front knee bent, strong back leg straight, strong legs, strong torso, strong abs, strong chest, strong neck. Relax that face. Breathe this here, warrior 2. Let's go into our reverse warrior. Drop that back arm, take our palm up. Reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Oh, lengthen up through that. I love doing these warrior poses with the support because then I get just a little bit of a different stretch, especially for that upper body, because that lower body is so supported. We get to focus a little more differently on that upper body. And let's take this into that side angle. Reach that over and breathe. And bring that up. And then release that. Good. All right, let's do the wide-legged spinal twist. So let's keep our legs wide. Let's take our blocks to the inside of our feet. Let's go ahead and take our right hand to our right block. Let's open. Oh, so good. Opening this up. Wide leg spinal twist here. So good for that shoulder too. Maybe you find a little bit more flexibility than when we did this earlier with our legs together, breathing it. Good, let's inhale and sweep this up. Take it to the other side. Left hand down, reach this open. Right here. Good, and breathe. And inhale and lift this up. And then release that. Good, let's bring our legs together. Place those blocks where you want them, because now we're going to go into our standing forward fold. So we're going to get our legs stretched and ready. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. So we've got that nice seated forward fold. Let's plant our feet into the floor. Plant our hands into our blocks or into your shins. If you don't have blocks, let's lift our glutes up off the chair. Hold. Standing forward, fold. Yes. So just letting those calves and the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, just stretch out right here. Planting your toes, big toe, little toe, that whole back of that heel. Try and plant that into the floor. Maybe if you're finding that you need a little bit even more of a stretch, maybe imagine that you can melt your arches, your foot arches, and plant them even further into the floor. And that will get an even more opening in the calf. The whole calf muscle will stretch out. Let's inhale, flatten that back, look forward. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Take a seat in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Let's keep this here. And let's inhale, sweep our arms up. Ooh, standing mountain pose. Sweep that up, dive this down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep this up. Nice mountain, but now let's change this into cactus. So let's go ahead and exhale, cactus those arms back. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep this up. Big mountain. Exhale, cactus. In this cactus, keep this here. Widen our legs. So we've got wide arms, wide legs. So we just widen our legs a little bit. And then let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive this down and over. Ooh, wide legs, standing forward fold. That is good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale, cactus our arms back. Nice. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive this down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. One more cactus. Let's cactus those arms back. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Let's keep this right here. Nice wide-legged forward fold. Such a good stretch, not only for the hamstrings, but now you're feeling it maybe a little bit in your inner thighs, maybe a little bit in those outer thighs. Let's do that nice tabletop right here. Nice wide leg tabletop. And then release that. Sweep those arms up again. And then release our arms to our sides. Very good. All right. Let's take that chair and go ahead and move that chair, turn that chair around. And let's go ahead. Let's do some balancing stuff. So let's go ahead and go. We'll go into dancer. We'll go into single leg chair. And then we'll go over into a tree. So we'll do a little bit of standing balance right here. So let's plant our left foot into the floor. Let's reach our right hand for our right foot. And we've got our first part of our dancer. This may be where you want to be at today, and this is perfect. If you want to begin to hinge this forward and kick that foot back to open that up, that's perfect as well. If you're like, hey, I need a little bit more today. I'm really good with my balance. I'm feeling good with my balance today. Then go ahead and grab both of those hands to the back of that foot and go for that. Otherwise, we're going to be working into that dancer. So whatever modification, whatever level is best for you today. Very nice. So this wonderful dancer pose, so good for that quadricep, the front of the thighs, so good for those abdominals. So good for the hamstrings, so good for that upper body, for the shoulder, the arm. Very nice. And then let's slowly begin to hinge ourselves back up. If you were hinged over, bring ourselves up nice and tall. Let's take this foot, bring our foot around, and you can use that hand to help that foot around. Bring it around to our thigh. And we're going to take ourselves into our single-legged seated pose. Oh, another piriformis stretch. So holding this right here, this nice single-legged seated pose. And you can work on your balance here too. You can take that hand away, being practicing taking it away, or hold on to that. Very good. Breathe it here. If your glutes are on fire, then welcome to my world today. Woohoo! This is fire, glute fire today. Very nice. Let's go ahead and begin to stand ourselves up and then move into tree. So you have the option here. You can stay nice and close to your chair and use this, or you can walk yourself away and be like, okay, I'm going to do my tree, but I'm going to do it without support. But remembering that wherever you're at on this side, you want to do the same on the other side. So knowing wherever you're going to be able to go. Yes. I think I won't use the chair. So we've got our leg where we want it for our tree pose, making sure though that we're not letting that foot hang out on the knee. We don't want that foot on that knee joint. We want it either on the calf or on that inner leg part. If you're wearing pants, it can be really hard too. Or that toe can be down or just a little bit up. But we're just opening this up, pressing this forward. Hands are to that heart or the hands are above. Remembering that with our tree pose, with any of our standing balance poses, falling out of the pose is just as important as staying in, because that's where you are building your strength. You're getting unstable to be stable. So the instability is super important to build the stability. So don't get discouraged or frustrated if you're falling out a lot. That's building your strength. That's building stability. Very nice. And let's go and release that. Shake it out. Kick it out. Very good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Oh, standing forward fold. Very nice right there. Good. Roll that up. We're going to take it to the other side. So now we've got our dancer, our piriformis, and our tree on the other side. So let's take our left hand to our left foot. And this may be where you're going to go today. This nice dancer. Or you're going to begin your modifications by hinging this forward. And then by kicking that foot back. Or you're holding your foot with both of your hands. Listening to that body. That straight leg is doing a lot of work here as well. There's a lot of stretching and strengthening going on in that straight standing leg. Breathe it here. And from here, let's go ahead and hinge this back up to that standing. And we'll take this into that piriformis stretch, figure 4 stretch. Oh, single-legged seated pose. And breathe. Ay, ay, ay. Just when I think that, I'm like, oh, my other side is the tight side. I think they're both tight. And breathe. Breathe it here. Breathe it here. Breathe it here. I know I used one hand to support on the other side, so I need to make sure that I'm just practicing with one hand on this side as well. Trying to keep that balance, keep that even. Good, let's go ahead and slowly bring ourselves up, and we can move ourselves over for our tree pose on the other side. So finding our tree, wherever our height was on the other side, we want to try and get that same height on this side. And hands to heart or hands above. Again, falling out of that pose is just as important as staying in, because that's how we are building strength. That's how we are building stability, becoming unstable to be stable. Breathe it here. Ooh, gripping. Maybe you're gripping your feet into the foot, into the floor. Help with that. Breathe it here. Very nice. Good balance. So important to be building that balance, to be working on our balance poses, so that when we do get outside and you fall off of a curb, or something trips you, or you trip over a rock, or just random stuff happens all the time. So helpful that we already have the ability to, oh, I trip, I can balance myself right myself, or it won't happen as badly as it could if you didn't have this balance in your repertoire, in your strength already. Good, let's go ahead and release that. Very nice, shake that out. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. I don't know how many times I have to thank yoga for all the times I've fallen and not broken things. It's yoga, you guys. All right, go ahead and let's move our chair off to our side. We're going to move down onto the floor and move into some final relaxation. So go ahead and grab whatever you need for that. Grab your eye pillow, regular pillow, blanket. You grab eye pillow. And let's take ourselves all the way onto the floor. And we're going to lengthen out through our body. So lengthen through our legs towards one end of the room. Reach through our arms towards the other end. And maybe you're putting that eye pillow over your eyes, and enjoying the heaviness and the darkness that comes along with that. Reaching through those arms, reaching through those legs, adding a few inches to your height here. Maybe it feels good to rotate your ankles here or to point and flex your feet, or rotate the wrists or wiggle those fingers. Whatever feels best for you as you're moving into this relaxation, as you're slowing things down, slowing the breath down, slowing the body down, giving yourself this well-deserved rest. Let's inhale it deeply here. And as we exhale, let's sink and settle and let those feet fall open, let those arms fall open. And breathe, relax. Slowing everything down, quieting everything. Slowing down the thoughts, slowing down the breath. And still relaxed or relaxing. Let's bend our knees and maybe flatten your lower back to the floor if that's available. Sometimes that's not possible. That's okay. We're just bending our knees, tucking that tailbone under a little bit. That can also tend to tilt that chin up, and maybe you get a good neck stretch here too, or shoulder stretch. Let's drop those knees over to our most comfortable side. Ooh, and taking ourselves onto our sides. And breathing it here, a few breaths here. And nice and slow, let's begin to bring ourselves up into a seated pose that feels supportive, strong, comfortable for you. And lengthening up through our spine. So lifting up through that torso, through that spine. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together. And exhale, our eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And again, one more big deep inhale. And a big deep exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. And thank you for joining me for the practice.